please add to your agenda to execute the forensic audit that was originally approved by the board that was never done. Thank you.
First, Jack, are you familiar with these performance ratings that Dave's talking about, the CSI and the ATSI?
They just came out, I think. Yeah. That is the ratings for performance for individual employees.
Oh, that's for employees, that's not for students?
Which one? Where are they?
Yeah, those are.
Oh, okay, yes, they are the,
Jack, turn on your mic for the live stream.
so they are the ratings for the tests, right?
This chart that he handed out is PSSA data, looks like. Right, going back to 2015, but I'm not sure this is from the PBOS model, so I'm not sure where you pulled these numbers from. The ATSI that he's talking about is the targeted assistance plan that the high school was placed on back in 2000 based on data from actually 17, 18.
The PSSA is the test.
It was for subgroups, correct, and that's why we have that plan in place now. Part of that plan is we've got CDT testing, which we started to implement with all levels. Elementary has been CDT testing, middle school has been CDT testing, and high school has started CDT testing in English in all the testable subject areas. Algebra 1, bio is the only one at this point not CDT testing because those scores always land actually above proficient in advanced, Mr. Bradley, just so you're aware of that in biology. Another part of that has been the school climate survey that went out last year to the community last spring. The high school originally started with that, and then all levels got that school community survey to look at social and emotional learning and those components and how to improve the community from that aspect. With that, the plan was put in place this year for the training that we've been doing with the IU. As you know, last week we had part 3, trauma-free, at all levels. That was all written into the ATSI plan, even though it was strictly a targeted high school plan. We've made it a district plan because there's always ways to make improvements. And that's where we're at with that. In the spring, we'll do another school community survey. We'll go out to all levels, K to 12. We'll look at that data from last year to this year and look at growth and improvements of that. And I just wanted to, if I could, I have the Jenny, actually she must have walked out. She left. Jenny did mention the website. We know that the website is a work in progress. As Janine said, for years it's been getting different updates. Initially it was taken over, you said, by Blackbird, and we did that several years ago. Things did just legitimately transfer over. Jenny was looking for the 9th grade program of study course selection. That has not been posted because those meetings were supposed to be on Friday, but because of the large amount of absence of the snow makeup day, the meetings did not happen with 9th grade, and they will not happen until tomorrow. So half the class will come in tomorrow and on Wednesday, and then all the course of study programs, the actual course of study program, which was just recently approved at the last board meeting, will go live on the website, and course selection sheets will be due back in the next 2 weeks. And those can be found on the announcements as well daily. As she mentioned, the notebook that is the bulletin that the middle school gets, that is part of Power School. So if you have a student at any level K to 12, you do get a daily bulletin, and that's up to the buildings of what they put in that. The high school, of course, has that daily bulletin every day, and that can be found in their Power School apps on a daily basis. So
I think it's commendable because, like you said, to go on that needs improvement, it targets certain groups that did make the cut, as they say. However, you're looking at all groups, because there could be kids in those groups that made the cut,
correct,
but still need help. So it's commendable that you're looking at the whole population to deliver these improvements throughout your entire building.
Jack, what I think the board would like to see is maybe could you get together with the principals and do like a mini presentation to the board, maybe not a week from today, but maybe, but maybe in April, put together these test scores and kind of explain this to the board, talk to us about.
So unfortunately, I just want since COVID,
Our scores just came out, right?
So correct. So there was a window with COVID. So COVID kind of skewed a lot of things with PSSAs and Keystone. So 2019, 2020, obviously, scores did not happen because of COVID. So at that time, PSSAs and Keystones were put at a freeze. Last year as well, There were pockets of it. Our Keystones, our students, just because of the block schedule, so Bio, Algebra 1, and Lit just took a first round of Keystones in January, so those scores actually aren't even coming in yet at this point, and then we'll take a second round for the second semester students at the end of the year. The scores from last year, actually they just got this December and were just recently released. There's been a lag on that, and I know that's a big discussion at the state level on releasing those scores, but yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, let's just see what the most recent data is.
And you can go with a PBOS, we can do a PBOS demonstration easily. I mean, I think Mr. Paxton doing that, but.
Yeah, just so that the board knows, you know, so for example, when a community member comes and they talk about these things and they have a graph, you know, let's just have the board have this data so that we can understand and maybe make decisions if we need to based on that data.
But the data is already published on the Pennsylvania Department of Education site, and it shows that our district is suffering from a variety of areas, specifically the fact that our students with disabilities are not being educated properly, and the fact that they are falling below not only the standard, but the CSI level, and below that is this advanced
Yeah, I don't.
it's called the Advanced Target Support and Improvement Performance. They know we have issues. We need to make changes and then evaluate those changes to make sure that they're happening. When you see a 5-year trend that really doesn't show improvements or changes, and actually a negative trend, the board has to take issue.
Dave, I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying that
I
the
agree.
board wants to see more data
Correct.
than just what you presented here. We want to get a bigger picture and have it all presented, not just a single chart, but maybe like 10 charts,
Agreed.
and then we can make decisions.
And I sent the Excel spreadsheets to the entire board that all this data was pulled from. And yes, these are just 2 areas where it shows, on average, that our students are not scoring above the basic level, which is where the requirement is for a school district.